If the housing market feels frozen right now, it's not. It's stuck. And the difference really does matter, more than people realize. Hey guys, thanks again for joining me. My voice is not 100% back, so please crank up the volume. I hope today is insightful, and I know it's important. Um, you see, frozen suggests a collapse. It suggests panic. It suggests something is breaking. Stuck means something is holding maybe everything in place. And when you understand what's holding it in place, you stop reacting emotionally and you start seeing where this actually goes next. So today I'm going to try and explain why inventory feels so tight, why buyers feel so frustrated, why sellers feel maybe stubborn, why prices haven't crashed, why it doesn't feel like 2008, and what actually unlocks this movement. Now, this is not going to be about hype, believe me, not about politics. This is structure, and structure determines this outcome. The market isn't dead, it's immobile. So let's start here. Transactions are down, but equity's high. Delinquencies are low, foreclosures are low. Homeowners are not financially collapsing. So if there's no mass distress, why does everything feel so tense? Because housing is a movement-based system. It requires flow. First-time home buyers usually would enter the market, right? Move up buyers upgrade. Retirees downsize. And builders replenish. When one segment pauses, the entire chain tightens, right? Now, yes, that entire chain is tight. So, it's not because people can't pay, because they don't want to move. And that distinction is enormous. Rate lock, it's kind of the invisible force. This is the most underestimated force in the housing today. You see, between 2020 and 2022, millions were able to refinance between 2 and 3%. That wasn't normal, folks. That was historic. So now imagine this. Let's say you purchased at 2.75%, okay? A $450,000 home mortgage. And your payment is manageable. It's predictable, right? So to move today, that same loan, that's, let's say 7%, would double that interest portion. Even if you make more money now, why would you voluntarily increase your fixed costs dramatically? Well, I'm betting that most of you would probably say you wouldn't. So the sellers aren't trapped. I think they feel anchored. And anchoring behavior slows markets without crashing them. And that's why listings are low. not because nobody owns homes, but because nobody wants to surrender their rate. Now, flip to buyers. Millennials are in their peak earning and buyer years traditionally. Okay? And historically, that would drive a boom. But here's the tension. Prices rose drastically from 2020 to 2022. And then rates doubled quickly. Wage growth has not matched asset inflation. So you have the desire to buy, but resistance to payments. The average buyer today isn't asking necessarily, can I technically qualify? They're asking, can I psychologically tolerate the payments? And that's new. Yeah. Because affordability is no longer just mathematical. It's emotional. And, emotional hesitation slows transactions, which again creates stall. So, this is not 2028. We have to address it. See, 2028 was fueled by, let's say, weak lending, adjustable rate resets, speculation, over leveraging, big time. And you see, today owners have fixed rate mortgages, record equity, locked in low payments. So you cannot have a forced sale or a forced distress sale when you don't have widespread distress. It's just, and this doesn't mean prices go up forever. It means collapse requires different fuel than what we're working with right now, basically. So it's not really a credit crisis. It's a mobility crisis. Now, okay, let's zoom out further, okay? Boomers are living longer, and housing has kind of always been a generational thing. They're staying healthier longer, staying in homes longer. Millennials are forming families later, they're buying later, and Gen Z is even more flexible about ownership altogether. So, traditional housing ladder assumed predictable life stages. Well, today life stages are just they're non-linear. With delayed marriage, remote work, shared living, geographic mobilities. So when life becomes non-linear, housing becomes non-linear. And this non-linear system is moving everything slower. So behavioral economics teaches us, though, if anything, humans hate to lose more than they enjoy gaining. That's it's just the truth. And older homeowners feel, I lose my low rate. Younger buyers feel, I'm going to overpay at this peak, so I'll write it out. So, you got both of them acting to avoid regret, which is understandable. But, this avoidance is really suppressing the movement. And that movement is creating all that tension. And tension feels like paralysis. But paralysis is not a collapse. It's most certainly hesitation, though. So, yeah, no doubt about that. So what do we do to unlock this movement? Well, I see in three things, main things. Rate normalization, meaningful wage growth, and there's external macro shock factors. Yeah. But absent those, expect gradual thaw. We'll just call it gradual thaw. Yeah. Not dramatic headlines, no. But gradual thaw. Which means that volume recovery is going to be very slow. Price move. Yeah, the prices will move regionally, though. Yeah. Negotiation power. That's it's gonna increase kind of quietly. So, but that loud crash narrative, it's emotionally satisfying, I suppose, but it's structurally weak, at least at this point. So what do we do? Well, if you need to move or want to move, focus on the specific terms, not the headlines. Okay? And if you don't, well, preserve flexibility. Yeah. If you're investing, watch the volume trends. Because the volume is going to tell you much more, than just the prices alone. Most certainly. Because, this market's, it's really not frozen. It's recalibrating. And I do have to say this, recalibration is most certainly uncomfortable for most people. But discomfort isn't necessarily dysfunction. It's a transition, no doubt. No doubt. So, if this helped you see this market any differently, or if you have anything to add for me as well, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see you here again tomorrow. I'm not going to be chasing hype, and anything that I do, just so you know, nothing like that. More like deco, like housing, behavior, money, culture, how they all intersect. Synergistically work together, because big decisions require structural understanding, and this is just one piece of that larger shift. Anyways, I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Have a beautiful evening. I love you all. Good night.